Hi guys, so when it comes to the ADRIANNA case, things are getting darker and deeper, and there's so much more going on behind the scenes than you guys know about. Now, what we found out in the recent days was that ADRIANNA's grandmother, who was there that day, is the full legal guardian of 14-year-old Kaya, who was also at the pool that day. Now, since everything's happened at the Doubleday Hotel, the grandmother has taken out a psychiatric order, or like a medical hold, on 14-year-old Kaya, so that she doesn't have to or won't be able to answer any questions about what happened that day at the Doubleday Hotel. Now, this is shocking and disturbing news, and this means that Kaya cannot answer any questions about what she saw that day. Now, if nothing untoward happened that day, nothing criminal, why does Kaya have to be like in a headlock in medical terms to stop her speaking out? And why did the grandmother and Stefan's mother come to TikTok last night to go on One Kevin's live in order to defend Stefan, but neither of them have come to TikTok to speak for justice for ADRIANNA? I find the whole thing really concerning. Now, according to reports, one of the aunties has tried to ask the little girl what happened that day, and she said, "I need a lawyer." She's 14 years of age. And that begs the question is, what is this 14-year-old being told behind the scenes? Is she being told she's in trouble too? That the police will come for her, that she needs a lawyer? How is she being put in this chokehold to stop her speaking? And what information does she have? Why are grandmother and Stefan trying so hard to keep the truth from coming out? What happens in the dark has to come to light. And what happened to this little girl needs to be brought out. Now, I know the police have a lot of responsibility. I know the owner of the hotel is part of a murder. I know other people saw what happened to ADRIANNA, but we have to start at the beginning. Who let this happen to ADRIANNA? And right now, Stefan and grandmother are not looking very good, because you're taking big actions to protect yourself and keep information in, but you're not taking any action to protect ADRIANNA or get justice for this little girl. So I just want to address last night's chaos. First of all, Stefan obviously came into my live and was kind of half threatening me by saying, "You're lucky you're not in Guyana." I can show you the screenshot quickly just to prove that. He also made another couple of comments, such as he wanted me to come to Guyana, etc. Now, this was obviously after he'd been put on smoke by one Kevin, who decided to do a live in which he would tear me down and, you know, kind of take Stefan's side in the situation. Which to me is absolutely mad, that you want to cover a case and ask for justice for ADRIANNA, but you don't want to look into the beginnings of the case on who actually took her to the pool, or who may have handed her over in that situation. You just want to go mad about the police and the government, but you're not holding everybody to account. And to me, that's really strange, because I had a phone call on WhatsApp with one Kevin yesterday in which he alluded that he felt the same way as me, but just wanted to keep the family in his back pocket until he needed to say something. I'm a really upfront person, and I will always put out with you guys exactly what I'm feeling at the time and exactly what I find suspicious in the case. And I had actually had conversations with family up to the point of, like, you know, at times there's going to have to be things put out that are going to be uncomfortable or maybe upsetting. But I'm certainly not going to have somebody be one way to my face and then go live, trash me, and then end it all by saying me and Hayley are friends. Like, we ain't friends, bro. And I just want to say, when it comes to Stefan, like, his behaviour since I made that video, to me, is just more of a confirmation that he is running scared from the truth. He is on live yesterday with one Kevin, and every time Stefan or the grandmother tries to speak, who's also on the live, one Kevin is like, "Shh, let me talk for you, don't incriminate yourself." Like, why are you trying to stop these people from telling their truth? What are they incriminating themselves about if they've done nothing wrong?
My thoughts on where those bruises came from on that little girl hands guy on a Rudy boy.
Come back and say that little girl drowned. We know she drowned. You don't have to tell us that. What you gotta tell us is where she drowned. And we know she didn't drown in the pool. And I can tell you where she drowned. If she drowned. So if she drowned upstairs in the fucking bathtub. That's where she drowned. Then she was put in the pool. And I think those bruises on her hands is when she was fighting up for air while they were holding her down in the bathtub. And her hands was rubbing against the side of the bathtub. That's where those bruises came from.